In the summer of 2026, 3 Democratic senators stood at a podium in Washington, D.C. and said 3 words that sent shockwaves through the entire crypto industry. We oppose the Clarity Act. Not because they hate Bitcoin. Not because they want to kill innovation. They say the most important crypto bill in American history is a corruption superhighway, and they're pointing directly at President Donald Trump. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's at stake, who's fighting, and whether this bill lives or dies in the next 2 weeks. Visual, title card, Chapter 1, What the Clarity Act Does, in brass, dark background. The Digital Asset Market Clarity Act H.R. 3633 is the most comprehensive crypto regulation bill ever to reach the Senate floor. It does 5 things. First, it draws a bright line between the SEC and the CFTC, finally answering the question of who regulates what. Second, it creates tailored disclosure requirements for digital asset projects, so startups know the rules before they build. Third, it protects software developers working on DeFi protocols from being treated as unregistered exchanges. Fourth, it gives law enforcement new tools to fight illicit finance. And fifth, it establishes clear registration rules for exchanges, brokers, and dealers. This bill passed the House of Representatives 294 to 134 in July 2025, a massive bipartisan majority. It cleared the Senate Banking Committee 15 to 9 in May 2026. It has the support of Coinbase, Ripple, Fidelity, Goldman Sachs, and over 200 crypto companies. 2 major law enforcement organizations have endorsed it. By every traditional measure, this bill should be sailing through. Visual, title card, Chapter 2, The 3 Senators, in brass, dark background. But on July 14, 2026, 3 Democratic senators held a press conference that changed everything. Chris Murphy of Connecticut, Jeff Merkley of Oregon, and Chris Van Hollen of Maryland, joined by actor and crypto critic Ben McKenzie, announced they would oppose the Clarity Act. Senator Murphy put it bluntly. Quote, "There is no reason to pass a new regulatory system for crypto if this system does not stop Trump's corruption of the entire industry." They're not alone. Senator Elizabeth Warren has been pushing for stronger ethics provisions, calling the bill brazen financial corruption. On July 22, 7 more Democratic senators, Cortez Masto, also Brooks, Booker, Gallego, Hickenlooper, Warner, and Warnock, released a joint statement opposing the current text. 2 of them, also Brooks and Gallego, had actually voted for the bill in committee. Now they're saying no. Visual, title card, Chapter 3, The $1.4 billion Problem, in brass, dark background. So what changed? The answer is a number. $1.4 billion. That's how much Donald Trump disclosed he earned from crypto in 2025. Between the Trump memecoin, World Liberty Financial, and multiple NFT collections, the President of the United States has a massive personal financial stake in the very industry this bill would regulate. Senate Republicans added an ethics provision to the Clarity Act in July 2026. It bans federal officials from issuing or sponsoring cryptocurrencies. But here's where it gets complicated. The enforcement authority goes to the Treasury Secretary, who serves at the pleasure of the President. Democrats say that's like asking the fox to guard the henhouse. The New York Times reported that the ethics issue has, quote, become the linchpin of whether this gets bipartisan support. Cody Carbone, CEO of the Digital Chamber, confirmed it. Democrats have made this the most important issue for them. Visual, title card, Chapter 4, The Timeline Crisis, in brass, dark background. The math is brutal. The Senate needs 60 votes to overcome a filibuster. Republicans hold 52 seats, but Senator Lindsey Graham died on July 12 from an aortic dissection, and Mitch McConnell is hospitalized. That means the GOP needs at least 7 Democrats to cross the aisle. Right now, at least 7 Democrats are publicly opposed. The Polymarket prediction odds tell the story. In February, passage odds sat at 82%. By mid-July, they had crashed to 39%. Galaxy Digital slashed its internal estimate from 75% to 50%. And the clock is ticking. The Senate goes on summer recess August 10th. If the Clarity Act doesn't pass before then, it enters the midterm election cycle where major legislation almost never survives. Senator Cynthia Lummis, one of the bill's strongest Republican champions, has warned that the next window for crypto regulation may not open until 2030. Visual, title card, Chapter 5, What Happens Next in Brass, Dark Background. There are two scenarios. Scenario 1, a deal gets done. The White House and Senate Democrats agree on ethics language that has real teeth, independent enforcement, not Treasury Department oversight. The bill gets a floor vote before August 10. It passes with 60-plus votes. America gets its first comprehensive crypto regulatory framework. Exchanges know the rules. DeFi developers are protected. Innovation stays in the United States. Scenario 2, no deal. The August recess comes and goes. The bill dies. Crypto regulation goes back to the courts and SEC enforcement, the same approach that drove companies offshore under the Biden administration. The European Union already has MiCA. Japan has reformed its laws. The UK has clear rules. America would be left behind. Both sides say they want clear rules. Both sides say they want American leadership in digital assets. But they're stuck on one question: should the President of the United States be allowed to profit from the industry he's regulating? The Clarity Act is at the 5-yard line. It has bipartisan support, industry backing, and law enforcement endorsement. But one issue, Trump's $1.4 billion crypto fortune, is threatening to derail everything. The next 2 weeks will decide whether America gets its first real crypto regulatory framework, or whether we go back to the regulatory Stone Age. If you want to stay on top of this story, hit subscribe. The Clarity Act vote is coming, and we'll be covering it the moment it happens. Drop a comment below. Do you think the ethics provision should block the bill, or is clear regulation more important? I want to hear what you think.